Welcome back to the Good Morning Nigeria show. We're still talking about reaching out to the physically challenged, and here to talk about this with us is Evangelist Upright Wonder. Thank you again. And I.k Omo iIrefo of the Eastern Star Care Foundation. Now, before we went on the break, we're talking about how you have dealt with this, how people have reacted to this. Someone said to me that the value of a government will be determined by how they treat their kids, how they treat the people who are sort of physically challenged. How have people around you treated you? Let's start with the government. How has the government responded to you?
Well, actually, there really hasn't been any response from the government so far in the last 13 years. It's just been, we've been doing it on our own. You know, though we've made efforts in the past, but it really hasn't yielded any positive results. So for now, ever since then, we've not been able to liaise with the government or even the government getting to know about us. So.
Okay, your foundation has been existing for 13 years now.
13 years,
yes.
Yes.
Do you know, I like the fact that you pose or you make it seem, you bring out the positive aspects of the physically challenged.
Yeah.
I've had the opportunity to glance through some of the articles in this magazine, the Perfect Beauty magazine, published by the Eastern Star. And I see you're smiling. You should smile because it's published by Evangelist Upright Wonders, and it has so many fantastic articles. There's an experience you shared of you going to an eatery and then them automatically assuming that you came to beg because of the look. You know, the fact that Nigerians are still entrenched in stereotypes. We still believe that if you see someone in a wheelchair, if you see someone who is, you know, not able to walk with a walking stick, they are there to either beg or they are helpless. But I like the fact that you're highlighting you're training people. They're being able to sustain themselves. They're able to have businesses of their own. There's another young girl you had there who says she doesn't want to beg. She hates begging and wants to work for herself.
Just like that.
Laide was the girl who said she wants to work for herself. And then there was another article you mentioned about being differently abled. I like that. You know, I like the title of that. You're differently abled. Now, I asked the question often, and it'd be nice for you to also answer that and let people know. How have you been able to promote this positive image of physically challenged people in Nigeria? Then what can the government and people do to make it even more positive, a more positive experience for people?
Okay. Go first, Evangelist.
Well, what we are doing is an example of what it should be for a physically challenged person. You know, like you talked about Laide. Laide is one positive physically challenged person that doesn't like begging. And that's what we've been projecting. And like I told you earlier, we have the band. They are all dependent. They are all independent. So, sorry.
That's the music band.
Yes, that's
because
the
we didn't mention that earlier. People need to know that you have a music band.
We have a music band purely for the physically challenged persons. Everyone playing instruments and playing, singing and playing every kind of instrument and doing it perfectly well.
Wow.
So these are little ways that we can project these and.
The other ways, we also involve ourselves in product training. Like she produces soap and home care products also. So these are the ways we've been able to.
Some samples.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
and also, yes. She's also a singer. She has some albums in the music industry as well.
This is really some welcome development. Now, I want to ask you personally, I.k. How do you deal with this as a person? We understand that there are challenges you face going about your day-to-day activities. How do you deal with it? Because for me, I know that disability is more of a mental thing than a physical thing.
Yes.
So how do you deal with it in your mind?
Oh, well, like you just said, it's all about being positive. You know, in the last couple of years of my life on earth, I've not allowed the physical stuff deter me. Thank God I'm a graduate. I'm a journalist by profession, you know. So I think in those ways I've been able to like encourage myself, and my parents, siblings too have been able to assist me into becoming the person that I am right now. And I know that each time I go out, though the challenge that I have mostly is mobility. If there is nobody to assist one out, one is kind of stranded. You know, those are the challenges one encounters. You know, but besides all that, one has been able to surmount the various challenges one I've been through so far. You know, so these are the ways.
I mean, you've mentioned, I like the topic, reaching out to the physically challenged. You highlighted some ways. You're not out there begging. You're asking people to support what you're doing.
Yeah.
Not only are you doing it for yourselves, you're doing it to other people who are in a position like yourself as well. People who want to do something. And it's important to note that the physical, what you can see physically doesn't affect what's going on. You said you're a brilliant journalist. The proof is in the magazine.
Sure.
You're a fantastic soap maker. If it's what you use on your skin, I'll be buying. So it's just great to see that. And, we spoke about how people who are in this situation, who are watching and thinking, you're inspiring hope in them. What message do you have to say to them?
Okay, go.
Well, the message I have for them is that they should not allow anything to feel, they shouldn't allow anything to make them feel they are less privileged, so to say. Like we just said here, is a mental thing. The way you look at yourself, is the way, what you think you will become is exactly what you will become. So I want to tell them not to look down on themselves, even though they are facing physical challenges. They should dust everything and then move ahead and think positively, because by the time they begin to think positively, that will, influence their lives and they will be able to move ahead.
Okay, before we wrap up this conversation, Ike, you're the PRO of the Eastern Star Care Foundation. I'm sure there are some well-meaning Nigerians watching who want to be a part of this, who want to support what you do. How can they get in contact with you?
Yeah, they can reach us via numbers. Phone numbers, should we give it out?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, the numbers are 080-371-99058. The next one is 081-8793-7415.
Okay, do you have a website that people can reach you via yet? Or we're still working on that?
Not a functional website.
We are still working on
You
it.
say you're on Facebook.
Yes, we're on Facebook.
What's your Facebook? How can people get to you on Facebook?
Well, for my personal Facebook is I.k Omo iIrefo. You get me there. On my Twitter @Ighodalo76, my Twitter handle.
What is the foundation? Does the foundation have a
The
functional?
foundation had some years ago, but somebody is just working on it.
Right now.
We have to add some more things to that.
All right, so we'll be tweeting out their numbers if you want to get in touch with them. Follow us at GMNS School TV. We'll be tweeting out their contact details so that you can reach them and be part of the amazing work that they are doing. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll be heading out of the studio right now. We still have more information to come. We have Sam Soji. Sam Soji is in the studio. He's in the building right now. Matter of fact, he just walked in. Enna is going to be sitting down with him and having a conversation with him. So stay tuned. The Good Morning Nigeria show continues in a bit.
So, did you like what you just saw? I know you did. It's very simple. If you want to see more, just subscribe to our channel right now.